Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good. It's good to be back at Midwest Speed Fest. My name is Konception. This is Bugsnax, surprise, surprise, a game I've played once or twice. I have on the virtual couch here with me my good friend Ness underscore. Say hello.
Hello, I'm in the void actually. I'm sitting on a couch in the void.
Yeah. Legend has it if I go underestimate, Ness will be saved from the void. So let's see how we do.
My life is literally on the line here.
Quite literally, banished to the Shadow Realm, as it were. So this is Bugsnax, a game I have run. I've had the privilege of running for Midwest a couple of times now. However, this category is different and brand new because this game received a massive update a few months back, adding DLC that is called the Isle of Bigsnax and features a whole new biome. So what this category is, Isle of Bigsnax, is going to be starting from a fresh file. Getting to the point where we can unlock the DLC as fast as possible using a lot of glitches and exploits and things like that, and then we're going to complete the quest line of the DLC, and then time will be at the end once we return to the mainland. Yeah, I think that's about it. Ness, give me orange, yellow, green, or black.
Black.
Absolutely. All right, so time starts a little funky here, so I'm going to load the save file, and I will just give you a nice little cue as to when the clock is due to start. All right. And go. Yeah. All right, like any good speedrun, starts off with a nice 20-second cutscene, so we can't avoid that. But we have our first skip basically right away. Legend has it as well. If I make this first jump, it's going to be a good run, and if I don't, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, actually, with the DLC coming out, this first area gone through like a bit of changes where they accidentally patched out like the main skip that we used to like do it, and it became a bit different, and they like made it so it was the same again, which is really nice of them.
Yeah, it's really funny. So like when the DLC came out, just like Ness was talking about, they accidentally patched out one or two versions of these intro skips, and then when we brought it up to them, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that was an accident. That we were just trying to prevent casual players from going out of bounds too quickly." Oh boy. So they patched it back in for us. So this is the case of a developer patching in a skip that previously existed. You love to see that. Oh my goodness, I'm being absolutely swapped.
I can't believe you're not doing the spin skip.
I know. No, definitely not doing the
nothing.
fence skip. Absolutely not. Because usually I'm really good at this part of the skip, but here we are. And that's better. All right. So that whole skip situation probably saves like 4 or 5 minutes. And here we are in Garden Grove, the area that no matter what category you're running is always the same. For some reason, you can get out of bounds in this section. It is possible, but the loading zone does not activate until you complete the quest. It's the only area in the game and the whole storyline that does this. Cannot explain why, but you know, that's how it is. But we get to do a fun couple little skips here that I'll let Ness talk about while I try to focus on doing them correctly.
Yeah, it's actually really difficult. So as soon as he goes through that load zone and like this next area loads, the cycle starts. So he has to keep mashing pretty like consistently, so he can get like to like this like patch of like dirt right here, so we can like step on the snack trap and try and push it through the floor a little bit for like a fraction of a second to try and catch this rider that's underneath
not
the
gonna
floor.
happen. Not this time.
Yeah, miss a cycle, unfortunate. But ideally, the snack trap would like flip through the floor a tiny bit, and then like you'd catch it, and you wouldn't have to shoot this one piece of like catch up right here just to lure it down and catch it. It saves very little time for how hard it is, honestly.
Yeah, I think at its best, it saves about 4 or 5 seconds. So it's really not a big time loss, but it's really swaggy, and I wish I'd gotten it. But, you know, next time.
Yeah, and this area actually is really... the routing for the area is pretty similar to the routing for all the other areas, where you try and catch as much as you can to do as many quests as you can, and then turn in all the quests at one time, and then kind of rinse and repeat. It's very interesting, especially because you only have 6 slots and you can't upgrade it, but that's not something that's gonna be done in this run.
Oh, definitely
so it's
not.
really difficult.
Yeah, the way you upgrade your inventory slots is by catching Bugsnax and then donating them to a little farm. But I'm not going to be wasting time to catch Bugsnax to donate to get rid of to increase my inventory. That just sounds slow, and it is. So we're not
I
going
should
to be
just
doing that.
regular donate to the charity that we're supporting right now.
Yeah, instead of me Bugsnax donating, please regular donate for the charity here because it is such an excellent cause. I was really happy to see that. I believe if I counted correctly, I think I'm the 4th run in this marathon. And we're already at that nice 750-ish mark, so it's really good to see that generosity. But let's keep it going, keep the momentum going throughout the whole event because there's a lot of good runs for a good cause. I'm going to be mashing my life here.
Yeah, this is just a tutorial for like the journal, which is just kind of like the menu, like inventory system. You can kind of see all your quests, all like the map. You can quick travel now, or fast travel, and you weren't able to do that before on console, which is very cool.
Yeah,
it's through that menu.
It's so good.
It's just it's just a kind of a long tutorial with mashing, and then you have to follow up Philbo all the way to like the bonfire in the middle of the town that no one lives in for some reason. We might get into that. We might not get into that.
We're gonna kind of not get into it because there's gonna be nobody, and then all of a sudden there's gonna be everybody. So we'll cross that bridge or jump over it when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just an interview section because you are a journalist, believe it or not, traveling to the island of
Snacktooth
whatever.
Island.
I can't remember. Yeah, Snacktooth Island. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Traveling to Snacktooth. Meet everyone, see what Bugsnax are all about, and then, making friends and whatever. And then immediately, we're going to be doing a couple of pretty big skips. This first skip actually isn't too big, and it's not actually too hard. You can just get around and then jump to this part right here, and then
hit invisible
kind of
wall.
cross into the loading zone from like around, and then you get to the third area, which is Scourge. It's not a skip that's too hard, honestly, because like this is a super accessible speed game. I think.
Yeah,
I
would
try
agree.
all these skips and it won't take too long, honestly.
And honestly, a lot of the skips that I'm doing are not. There are a couple of skips in the game that can be done in a more complicated fashion, but way less consistent. And I tend to, when I do marathon runs, go for more consistent skips because I don't want to waste time trying to showcase something and waste all that time. So. Yeah, I tend to do the beginner type skips anyway. Nope, I just walked right off the edge. There we go.
Yeah, and this is another skip that's going to be happening where you do what's called the super lunch, I think. I call it a super lunch because it's funny.
Yeah, super lunch. Yeah, it's called the lunch pad, so you're just correct is all.
Yeah, I'm objectively right.
Yeah.
But you want to like walk off and like kind of jump off of the like lunch pad.
There we go.
This exact moment where it like kind of detects you're on it, but kind of not. And it gives you a fling that it would give an item because you're a lot heavier. It would fling you a lot less. So you can kind of use that to get out of bounds and then into the next area.
Yes.
And this is like the 7th area that we would go to. So pretty far into the game already. It's been like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I would say we're probably about 80%-ish through the game in terms of like location now. What makes this category a little bit unique is that the DLC is just not accessible right away. You have to hit certain qualifiers to make it so that you can even access the island. So we're trying to do that as fast as we possibly can. Which is really cool actually because we get to see a lot of stuff that you don't get to see in a normal Bugsnax speedrun, like a few extra boss fights and things like that. So it's pretty unique. Pretty fancy.
Yeah. Honestly, in terms of like all different categories in Bugsnax, any percent is kind of the most bare bones, where you do the skips to get to the end of the game, and then you just do the section of the end of the game, and it's really, really fast. But I'm honestly more partial to the categories where you do a lot more, like all bosses or Isle of Bigsnax, because there's just a lot more routing and a lot more like of the game where you can kind of where kind of everyone has their own like little route to get all the different Bugsnax in an area. Or, like different ways to do like the skips, and it's honestly there's a lot more room for like expression when you play. I think it's a lot more fun, honestly.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that actually. We're setting up a few things. So normally we can just do everything required to get all of the quests completed here, but we're actually preemptively doing a couple things. Namely, we caught 2 extra Bugsnax that we normally would not have to catch here, but they're going to be important for quests later. So I'm just going to be trying to hold on to them the entire time. In addition to that, you might have seen me crack a couple eggs. You might have seen me break a couple of picantuses, which are basically You know, praying mantis is made of burritos and nachos and tacos, which who doesn't love that, right? It sounds delicious. Woo, yeah, I heard one woo back there. Someone's hungry. All right, get over here. We're gonna intentionally stun this. Oh, never mind. He still got scared, so we're gonna intentionally stun it again, but we're gonna hang out here for a second. Come on, just walk past it. Just walk past it. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. So this is a very complicated part. You want to explain what it is I'm doing here exactly?
Yeah. So like I said before, Konception is gonna be doing basically all the quests and then turning them in as soon as possible after getting all of them. This is one of the quests where you have to lead this black raspberry all the way through this maze, and it's really annoying because it gets scared a lot. And also this one section with like the little bridge, sometimes the buggy ball can just like touch the water and the chocolate gets washed off. You can't really do anything about that, and it's really annoying. And even sometimes when you do the quest, when you turn it in, it doesn't count. You have to like reload the area a couple times, and so much can go wrong.
Yep, so much can happen here. Okay, I think that's fine. I will say that I didn't need to grab all that extra cheese, but whatever. All the extra, you know, the thing that happens where it doesn't tend to qualify the quest, that seems to have been more or less patched out. I haven't had it happen since this big patch happened. So let's see. All right. It should still occur. The reason why I think it's not triggering is because he's all the way over here. I just need to get him to run another direction, I think. You know, I said that it hasn't happened to me, and then it's happening to me actively, even though it says rescue the black raspberry from under the ruins. Look at it. It's right here. I'm telling you, it's right here.
No, not the commentator's curse.
Yeah, commentator's curse. It's not your bad. I was the one who's like, no, that's fixed. That never happens. Let's see. I might just have to reload and do that again. I don't think there's any other way around it, unfortunately. Yep. Let's give it another shot. So if you like mazes, you'll love the fact that I have to do this again.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. This is like the only thing in this area that's like honestly really like luck based and can just like kill the run, especially if you have like a really good start getting all the skips first run and whatever. Yeah, this is like the only thing that can go wrong.
Yeah, it seems to, so the I haven't fully figured out why it just happens sometimes. It seems to be the fact that the quest will not reactivate or trigger the solution rather, unless it's in the right bush once you leave. It's hard to describe. So usually when you launch it above you and then it goes out, it'll turn left and go into a bush that's kind of close to where Shelda is. However, this time, instead of going left, it went right. And I think it must be that the quest's trigger point is probably at that bush, if I had to guess. Come on. All right, fine. Come here.
I've honestly not even thought that hard about it. I just spelled every time it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just frustrating. Now, the upside is I don't think I have to reopen all these doors. No, that's good. But the downside is, for some reason, that black raspberry always runs into that bush and then scares itself, and you can't really control that. All right. All right. All right. Come here.
Also, while nothing's happening, I just like to... I know not a lot of people mention it, but I would like to make a shout out to Japanese Restream. Those guys are the GOAT.
Yes. Absolutely. All of the restreams. I believe we have a Baguette restream as well happening, so big shout out to all those making speedrunning more accessible.
Heck yeah.
So that was rough. That was definitely rough. Not great, but hopefully the rest of it goes okay. This is a puzzle that is the same every time, so luckily we don't have to worry about it. And we're gonna fall through this shortcut into Boiling Bay.
It would be so mean if they like silently made it different.
Yeah, or like it's just random every time. That would be definitely mean. All right, so we're going to get this noodler's attention, not catch ourselves on fire. Shoot some strategic cheese. All weird sentences, I know, but that's what we're doing. All right, so now we got the noodler. We need to grab a few key Bugsnax here in order to complete Floofty's quest line, which is also on this island. We're going to do a little hop here. There is a Banopper flying in between trees. Hopefully, all right, that's good. Hopefully it's on an RNG cycle between 3 trees, so hopefully it goes the direction we need it to soon. It isn't, of course it's not, because why would it be?
Even though there's a lot of luck in this area, it's like my favorite one.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a really cool area. Thank you. Please.
It's super fun to do fast and like optimally.
Yeah, please just go into the tripwire. Please just go. Yeah, there we go. See? All right, except the...
I was once here for like 8 minutes just waiting for it to do that.
Yeah, it is RNG, so it can just hop between all of the trees that you do not want it to be hopping between. It can do that, but luckily we're all right.
Yeah,
This is Floofty,
I think
by the
you
way.
were there actually when I was like, just like learning this area, and it took like 8 minutes.
Yeah, it just hopping back and forth between those 2 trees, or well, it can go between 3 paths basically, and just not taking the one path you need it to. It can happen. All right. So basically, the snacks that we've caught on this section here are all snacks that we need to make sure that Floofty returns back to the camp. And then we're gonna snack experiment the rest here. There we go, and there we go. Perfect. Worth mentioning as well, I am running this on the PlayStation 5 version of the game. It is on PC. It's actually everywhere now. When it first came out, it was on PlayStation systems and PC only. Now it's on the Switch. It's on Xbox. It's on PC and both Steam and Epic Games Store. It's everywhere. So you're able to play it wherever you go. But nope.
It was only on Epic Games Store for a while, and I got the game on Epic Games Store. It's like one of the only games I have on there. And then now it's on Steam. It's like, I think it's on sale right now though. I think it's like $12.
Yeah, this game is often on sale, and it should be bought by everybody because this game is awesome. Now, key point mentioning here. So we do have fast travel, and we need to go back to the main hub area. However, if we go back to the main hub area, which is called Snacksburg, the game is very confused because we should not have progressed the story as much as we have because we have accessed later areas without accessing early game areas. So it gets very confused, and it just stays in an early game state. However, if you cross over from a late game area to an earlier game area, the game force loads everything in for you. So it basically creates the instance where it thinks you're supposed to be. So that's what we're doing. Instead of fast traveling back to Snacksburg right away, we fast traveled back to Sizzling Sand so we could just back right up and into an older area.
Yeah, actually, we didn't know about that for a while until like kind of all bosses started becoming more and more of a thing, just because no one is really super experimented with like completionist glitched categories.
Mm-hmm.
So it became like a problem, and then like there was like a lot of time of day stuff in all bosses where we would like travel to an area, sleep, and then travel to another area, and then it would like work out. But it was really weird, and I'm honestly still surprised that like it wasn't like more of like a known thing.
Yeah, especially, so we kind of talked about it earlier. So fast travel in this game, it was actually introduced in the PC version like months and months ago. Whoops, I missed a dialogue option there. It was introduced a while ago, probably close to a year ago now, I bet. However, they did not introduce it to the console version yet because they were in the middle of building the DLC. So they wanted to wait for the console to have just one big patch as opposed to lots of little patches like they tend to do on PC games. So PC had the ability to fast travel, but console did not. And when I was starting to route out some of these more unique categories like all bosses or things like that with Ness, I was doing them on the console version because that's how I run, and I didn't have fast travel anyway. So I always had to walk back and forth between areas, so I never knew about these different phases of the game basically until I had fast travel accessible to me, and then I had to figure it out kind of. All right, so this section is actually pretty low-key. Like we said, we are journalists, and we have to do a series of interviews here so that we can progress the story to where we need it to be. But it's basically just me mashing through dialogue options. So if you have any donations or plugs or anything we want to talk about, now is a great time.
Well, we do have a $45 donation from Jamich. $5 per death, plus another $5 to meet the incentive. Good luck to all the runners the rest of the weekend. And with that, we have met the incentive for Squidlets, so we will be befriending all the Squidlets here in a little bit. We also have a $20 anonymous donation. No comment, but we very much appreciate that. Thank you for the donation.
The truth.
Awesome, thank you. I don't know what it means to befriend all the Squidlets. I've seen a couple runs of Squidlet, but I am very happy that got met because that sounds adorable. So I'm very excited.
I have no idea what a Squidlet is, but I really want to find out.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. Pretty cool game. One thing that was also added in the DLC in this game was the fact that we have our own house and we can customize and design it. We do have a mandatory dialogue sequence where it explains that, so I can't skip around it, unfortunately. But for now, we still just have a couple more interviews to do. So if there's any other like quick little plugs or donations or anything that we want to shout out, we still got another like minute or so here.
We mentioned the Japanese restream earlier. Just want to shout them out again. Midwest Speedfest 2022 is being restreamed in Japanese by our friends over at the Japanese Restream. You can find their stream at twitch.tv/Japanese_restream. We have worked with them several times now, and we're very grateful for all the work they do to bring our marathons like ours to a larger audience.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it's making speedrunning accessible and more easy to reach in countries that are just beyond the U.S. So, really, really grateful that they're doing that. One last interview here, and then we are done with the interviews. I think for the run. I don't think I do any more actual interviews. We tend to knock them all out at once, so we don't have to keep doing this. But why do interviews progress the story? Well, a couple things. After every interview for every person that has returned to the island here, we tend to get a little clue or an object of some sort that pinpoints us to where Lizbert is, who is this figure that is missing from the island. So we need all these clues in order to progress the story to a point where I can access all the bosses in the DLC. I don't have to finish the game, but I have to get kind of close to finishing the game. It's about, if I had to guess, it's probably like 80% of the game finished before you can even get to the DLC. But you know, we end up doing glitches in order to expedite that process a little bit. All right, so now we're in Frosted Peak. This is actually no different than if I were doing a, say, a no major skips run or something. We're actually going to do exactly the same thing with one little caveat, which is that we're going to grab one extra Bugsnax coming up here soon. First, we got to wait for this. Get that Mount Sodi. And we're going to go talk to our good friend Eggabell here. So Frosted Peak is actually the last biome of the main game. So this is meant to be like the last section that you access in the main game. Just to give you perspective on where we are in the story, we're pretty darn close to the end. And what are we? I don't know, probably like, without looking at the time, we're probably like 25-ish minutes in or something like that. 20
yeah, like 21.
Yeah. So yeah, we do a little schmoovin' for sure. We're going to get that chippy. That's important, as well as this flutter jam. How do you catch a flutter jam? You hit it with some peanut butter and it falls out of the sky. Of course you do. And then we're going to just jump for our life here. Getting all of that done, we have to wait for our good friend Eggabell to make her way here anyway, so we're just kind of waiting and chilling. And while we're waiting and chilling, actually, no, I'm not going to grab that yet, because I will run out of space. That would not be good. But there is
You're judging the flutter jam, but like honestly, if you hit me in the sky with a jar of peanut butter, I would also fall.
I don't know. I'm going to say I wouldn't. I think I could maintain. I don't know why I'm flying in the air. That's the better question. But you know, I think I can stay up. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab this Bugsnax up here, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of a warp action here. Fast travel. We have a little bit of a slow walk section. Basically, we're gonna go recruit Filbo to give us a hand in trying to open this big old door. We're not gonna ever open the door. Actually, it's not gonna be important to us. This is not a game that actually finishes and does the. If you're familiar with the run, does the gauntlet and gets to the credits. This isn't a category that does that, so we won't have to worry about progressing that far. But it is important for us to get Eggabell to the door, to the point that she's ready to open it, because there's actually, right in this little section here, in that little cave we were before where we first met Eggabell, there's a boss fight in there that we're going to have to do to get to the DLC. But we cannot progress it until Eggabell is down there at the door ready to go, or else the quest line just will not, the rest of the quest line will not trigger. So we have to get it to this point, and then basically what we're going to be doing is a series of side quests. the Isle of Bigsnax, it features 4 characters mainly. They tend to be characters that were towards the end of the game, and therefore they didn't have as much spotlight as the other characters. So they have a lot of spotlight in this run, as it turns out. But Sheldon, Floofty, if you play the game normally, they're towards the end, so you don't get to hear or learn about them that much. So they feature those 2, as well as Triffany, and who is the green archaeologist character, and Chandlo, who is the Chad Himbo character. So
My favorite.
yeah, pretty much everyone's favorite. Who doesn't love a good Chandlo?
I want an emotional support Chandlo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would just be a good friend, right? All right, a little mashing here, and then it's going to be side quest city. So basically, all that to say, those 4 characters' side quests have to be completed in order for the DLC to be triggered, as well as Snorpy, who is another character who creates the opportunity for us to locate the island. So little funky here. So first, we're going to go talk to our good friend Floofty here. Floofty needs some help in an experiment, and we basically just have to ask everybody around if they'll help, and nobody will because they're mean, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, they all did leave this town.
Yeah, and to
maybe they're a little mean.
To be fair, as cool as Floofty is, too, they're a little bit like experimental, so it feels a little dangerous. We're gonna recruit. We're gonna ask Shelda here too, but we're also gonna start Shelda's quest line while we're here, just to save us a little bit of time. Shelda's quest line involves donating Bugsnax to her box of purity. She's kind of like a faux prophet of sorts. So, you know, that's what we end up doing. Actually, we want to go this way. Get this cutscene out of the way because we got to get it anyway. We're gonna talk to our good friend Philbo because he's right here, and then we're gonna get that. And let's see if I can get Beffica before she goes to sleep, and then we did. So great, that is complete. And then we complete this quest, and it's you'll see there a quest that says fully transform Floofty. We're going to be working on that incrementally here. To fully transform a Grumpus, which is what these furry humanoid creatures are called, you have to feed them a total of, I believe it is 14 Bugsnax, if I'm not mistaken. So we will be incrementally collecting some Bugsnax. Oops. No, do not want to lock her in there. Whoops. So we're going to be incrementally collecting them because as we outlined before, I do not have a lot of slots, so I can't just be holding a lot of Bugsnax a lot of time, especially when I have other quests that depend on them. So it is a little bit funky. But
yeah, and this works all into the routing because, like I said before, the routing for this game is pretty complex.
Yeah, it can be if we want to be as precise as possible. Did those? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you might have noticed that I very quickly set up a trap there. I wanted to grab specific. So the Sandopede is a large sub sandwich, party sub sandwich, if you will. Breaks apart into 4 pieces. We only specifically want to grab 3 of those 4 pieces because that's all I can really hold right now, as you can see. Let's see, did I hit noon or did I hit 5 a.m.? Okay, cool, I hit noon. We're going to sleep there. The main reason why we want to sleep is to avoid Grumpuses being asleep because you can wake them up, but it takes a long time. So we don't want to worry about that. We're going to donate the cheeser and the green peel bug, and we're going to go find our good friend Chandlo. And we're going to do well, first we're gonna feed Chandlo these 3 sub sandwiches because he needs 3 aggressive meaty Bugsnax. I've never been called aggressive or meaty, but you know, here we are. And then we get to do my least favorite part of the run, which is to,
my most favorite part.
I'm so bad at this for some reason. It's a little mini game where you just have to drop dumbbells on his head. We need 5. I tend to be very bad at it and mess up at least a couple times per run. Let's see, did that one catch? Oh boy! In before I do it all in one cycle. Oh my gosh! I'm a legend.
Yeah, you're the goat.
I'm a legend.
You're looking like me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much as fast as you can do it. You can never pull out your snack grappler fast enough to hit the very first weight. So you want to start the second weight and hopefully get 5 in a row. I could count on one hand how many times I've done that. So I'm goated. I think that's just how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right. So come on, please.
It's also just a lot harder to do on console.
Yeah.
Because I could do it like almost every time.
Yeah. Also, it's just like, you know how in speedruns sometimes, there's an easy thing that you're just particularly bad at. This is my easy thing that I'm bad at.
The easy thing I'm bad at is turning off the game when I get mad. I still run video games.
Now, fun fact, before, you used to be able to super launch like I just did and get on top of the cave and then drop into this next section a little early. There wasn't a ton of benefit to that anyway. And 100% it had a small benefit, which was that you can grab one Bugsnax a little earlier than you could have otherwise. But there is also, you kind of saw it right there, was a little bag of pretzels that was just sitting there but then disappeared as soon as the door was open.
There it is!
There used to be a trick you were able to do very, very difficultly where you can drop in here, and this is the first of 3 boss fights that we're going to do in this run, by the way. And you can pull out one of these pillars and try to drop it on Mama Melon's head here a little bit in advance so that you have one hit going into the fight. I've never been able to do it on console. I've seen it done on PC like once. I always like to try because, what if I had gotten in a marathon? Wouldn't that have been cool? But no, I'd never been able to do it. And then they patched out. It looks like they patched out that jump anyway. Like I said, not a big deal from a speedrunner perspective because it did not really save any time. Okay, I was a little worried that I did that one a little too fast, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah, the closest thing that still exists to that, if I'm not mistaken, you can like flip out a bit further, like
that was weird.
Down to like the entrance of the original entrance of the area, but you'd be like underneath it, and then you can't really get up anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
I just had something very weird happen. As you can see, usually Mama Melon takes a direct path into the area. That way, the spike that you are meant to drop on her will hit her specifically. However, she took a different angle, and I could not hit her with the spike after she had collided into it, which I've never had that happen before. Couple good moments so far in this run. All right, last little part here, and boom. That shrinks her down enough to get her, and then we just have to feed her to Chandler. That is 1 of 3 boss fights done in the run.
Thanks.
You might have seen as well, I grabbed a couple of these wee melon, these little watermelon balls. I'm actually going to wait for the autosave and then reload the save here. And that is only so I can very quickly run over here and grab this Bugsnax and then warp back. So we have a full inventory. The reason why that matters is, again, we need to fully transform Floofty, so we need some extra Bugsnax. We're going to finish out a Shelda quest, too, while we're here. A little optimization here, which is we're going to wake her up, feed the entrap, and then by the time we feed the entrap, she is up and ready to do the quest, which is pretty good. Then we're actually going to do a little sleep-in. We're going to do a little sleep-in just to progress the time a little bit faster. And that way we don't have to wake up a whole bunch of people, just one person. It's a little bit faster. Floofty is now over here. I just had to remember where they were. Worth mentioning as well, Floofty is a non-binary character who uses they, them pronouns. This game does a lot of really cool stuff for inclusivity, things like that. Let's see, just checking through. Yep, cool. Just needed to make sure. I didn't want to miss anything before we took this little warp. There's one little, I don't even think I've told Ness about this. There's one little swag trick that doesn't save any time at all that I like to do here. I discovered it relatively recently. All we need to do here is do a quest with Triffany where we scan a treasure chest and give her a palatos, which is one of these popsicle bits here. Little swag as it bumps me into the air is I just turn around and take a picture of the chest. Doesn't save me any time because I need this to break anyway, but a little swaggy maneuver.
Okay, that's actually super swag.
Yeah, it's definitely swaggy, and again, saves no time whatsoever. If you get another little fun thing here, if you get it right, oh, darn. You can, if you place it correctly, you can actually have the palatos explode right next to Triffany, and then she, like, flies in the air. That's another little thing, but didn't get it this time. No worries, though. All right, this quest is complete, and we're actually going to do a little world traveling here. We're going to head up to Sugar Pine Woods. And we're going to grab a couple of Bugsnax that are just very specific for quests. So the first one is a Sprinklepede here. Sprinklepede is a donut Bugsnax, you know, the classic like Simpsons, like pink frosting with sprinkles kind of donut. delicious. I know. I'm getting hungry myself. What you're meant to do is knock it off of this tower and then let it run its course and like set up a trap. But we have a little bit of an exploit here. Just gonna make sure that stays. Yep. Which is what we let it fall, and then it just goes right into my trap, just like that.
It looks so funny every time, even though I've seen it before.
Yep. Little swaggy maneuver. And now we need a Scoopy Banoopy, which is it's a banana sundae. We actually don't need so this is one of a few different compound Bugsnax in the game, which is a Bugsnax that breaks apart into smaller Bugsnax. We actually only need one part of a Scoopy Banoopy, but it's actually faster to just grab the whole thing. What we love to see there is Scoopy Banoopy hit me towards the entrance of the cave, so I can give it a little stun, but that'll do. We'll take that. All right, back to Snacksbird to do a little bit more cleanup. I think it is.
I'm totally not used to seeing the Scoopy Banoopy get caught that way.
Yeah, it's definitely different. We want to go this way. We want to talk to our good pal Snorpy, which is who we needed the Scoopy Banoopy from.
Oh yeah, one thing to mention, just because I was like thinking about it, when you enter areas and like if you have to like talk to somebody, you can actually be on different cycles because the entire like world moves even though you're still in like a conversation, and like how do I put this? Yeah, so the cycle is different because the mashing speed on console is different than on PC, because on PC you can use a scroll wheel and bind it to like confirm and deny, and then you can just like just scroll as fast as you can and just advance through all the text super quickly.
Yeah, I do not get that luxury. I'm just hammering the X button like a casual. This is a little mini quest that we have to do for Snorpy. It actually has one exploit, which is that what you're meant to do is just use your tripwire across all of the torches there, but you don't have to. You can actually run across the first 3, which saves a lot of time. And if you're really quick, the counter that makes it so that you're on fire. I don't know what else to call that. Will actually exterminate right after you finish the third torch there, and then you could hop right into doing the 4th one. Saves a lot of time. All right, so that is actually Shelda's questline complete, which is all you have to do is turn in very specific Bugsnax to her. She is complete. Triffany's and Snorpy's are about to be complete at the same time. They both happen to resolve in Frosted Peak here, so we're actually going to see them both. And we're going to have our second of 3 boss fights in this run here, which is Daddy Cake Legs. Definitely not as enticing as the name sounds. It's basically a daddy long legs that is an ice cream cake. So it's pretty cool. And this boss fight has 3 phases, all of which are exploitable, but it is very difficult to do. If you want to elaborate what that means while I try to set it up correctly.
Yeah, so it's really hard, but you remember how like a minute ago in that mini quest, Konception was trying to light himself on fire to like set the torches on fire? Yeah, you can do that with the boss fight, where you light the top candle on fire and then you kind of just like run around and jump and hope you catch the candles on fire. And that's the only thing that lets it move on to the next phase, is catching all the candles on fire. And the faster you do that, you know, the faster like the next cycle will happen, and then you don't have to wait for Daddy Cake Legs to like walk around like he's gonna do right now. It's really slow, and honestly the fight's pretty difficult if you don't get like the skip immediately.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's super hard.
First phase was perfect actually, and then the second phase I slid off the slope, so I didn't even get the opportunity to light myself on fire even, which was unfortunate. But I also have this weird glitch that this middle iceberg will melt no matter if I put the thing on it or not, which is unfortunate. Ooh. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way. It's also running backwards right now, and this whole phase is weird right now. I don't really know what's going on exactly.
Also, the mini cake legs that came, those are supposed to guide you to like the next like phase, but we got here so fast they didn't even matter.
Yep. Also, for some reason, that is not on fire. Oh, it's because, oh, geez, I'm gonna have to use this. Hold on. Geez, this middle phase is brutal right now. Ugh. I should have launched it faster. Are both? Okay, never mind. Now both are, yeah, both are out. Nothing I can do right now until one of them lights back on fire. Actually, there's one thing I can do preemptively, which is to start catching these. I do need a bunch of these, so I'll start catching those. There we go. Whew, that was brutal. Okay. Now third phase is coming. Third phase is easier because it only, as you might be able to tell, Daddy Cake Legs is shrinking as each phase occurs. So third phase, he's at his smallest right before you can catch him, and he only has one candle as opposed to two, and it's on the top of his head. So as long as I can stay up top, I can usually get that one decently easy. The hardest one tends to be the second phase for me. First phase is okay because he's nice and large, so I have more running area. But as you can see in the second phase, I ran off the slope. So that's what happened. Also catch myself on fire on here on purpose because I run ever so slightly faster when I'm on fire than when I'm not. So just a little bit of speed tech. We're also walking up to the tip of the mountain here to progress Triffany's storyline, and then we're going to jump all the way from the top to the bottom to finish out the Daddy Cake Legs fight. So just a little bit of mashing.
This is and what's even lit if I
And then
Yeah, this fight is really hard, and in almost every run I've done where I have to do this fight, I've like gotten it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm just like unnaturally good at this fight.
Yeah,
It's
you're a Daddy
super
Cake
hard.
Legs god for some reason. I think I got it. Now
Yeah, I
there's
think
a
you got it.
visual glitch where it shows two candles there, as you can see, but then, oh, there it goes. And there we go. All right.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect. The two of three phases, except the second phase was really trolly, so. Now I'm actually going to grab
The classic,
these.
if you didn't mess up, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I only grabbed one there. Come on. And one more. And we can go. Okay. So we want to get full inventory there of little mini cake legs. And that is, as you could probably guess, so that we could give to Floofty and finish out that quest line. One slightly unfortunate thing that they added here is that whenever you finish a quest line, you'll see it here in just a second. The screen goes black, and then I get warped to my home. I don't know why they decided to add that in. It definitely slows things down. That was not in the base game before, but you know, it's okay. All right, we're gonna feed a lot of cake to our good friend Floofty here. And you're going to see a nice little visual change. As you can see, the food is just entering their body. And then, voila, Floofty is just a cake.
very good. I have
Expertly routed right there.
Expertly routed.
And you guys at home could expertly donate by typing an exclamation mark donate in chat.
Even if it's
all
not
in
an
the link.
expertly donated thing, yeah, you could just donate in general is good. Like, even if you're a casual donator, we still encourage that.
What you?
I would
Also, don't look at the screen. This is cartoon violence. This is why this game is rated like tier or whatever.
I cannot
Yeah. As we said, Floofty is an experimenter, so Floofty can get a little bit, as you can imagine, experimental, to the point that, as you can see, when we eat Bugsnax, it transfers to our limbs. The theory is if Floofty ate enough Bugsnax, Floofty could cut their own head off, and then it would regrow. But we're not going to find out if that would actually happen or not, I don't think. Okay. So we got Floofty done, we got Triffany, and then we actually just need to go in here and sleep real quick. That will actually, so these are all the prerequisites we need. Oh, there's one little cutscene thing I forgot to grab here. These are all the prerequisites we need to make it so that the DLC unlocks. If the DLC is unlocked, as you're about to see in just a few seconds, Snorpy will just be standing in the middle of the town with his back turned to you. But we got to sleep again because I forgot about that cutscene. And then he'll be out there. See? There you go. So now the DLC is unlocked in our game. And we're going to have one quest where we have to go to the only area in the base game that we haven't been to yet, which is Simmering Springs. That is ironic because it's the first area you unlock normally. But we don't go here until the very end of the base game portion.
Yeah, one thing, like small thing I want to mention, because this is a console, it's like timed with RTA. Sleeping is faster RTA, but it's like slower, like loadless. So on PC, most of the time, like at least I personally would just like reload from save because like the loading time for like reading the save just like wouldn't be counted.
Yep, that is exactly true, yeah. Since, I don't have the ability to have a loadless timer, I use all RTA strats, which is really good because it works out for marathons really well. I don't have to really adjust anything, so that's good. But if you ran this on PC, there would probably be a few different utilized strats that you would see normally. All right, so that island that just popped out of the ground there, that is called Broken Tooth, which is quote-unquote the Isle of Bigsnax. And you're going to see exactly what that means once we get there. What the main mechanic of Isle of Bigsnax is going to be for us is actually there are a lot of puzzles that are on the island, but there are a lot of opportunities to skip puzzles by using super launches. So super launch is going to be our bread and butter once we get there.
You're this and that.
All right, and then back to Simmering Springs, and then we're going to be making our way to Broken Tooth. Just a little bit of dialogue here before we get it. So if we have time for like maybe 1 or 2 quick donations or plugs from the host.
Well, I want to give a shout out to our hosts and our sponsors, 2DCon. We are once again working with 2DCon, the largest video game convention in Minnesota. We got our start at 2DCon in 2015. And they've continued to provide us with space and resources at the convention every August to host our marathons. To learn more about 2DCon, go to https:2dcon.net. As well, we'd like to thank LPAV for providing our PVMs, our projectors and cameras for our marathon since 2017. LPAV has been Minnesota's trusted video and audio vendor since 2003. Having worked with companies such as Mountain Dew and Microsoft, you can trust LPAV will do it right the first time. Please support them by checking out their eBay store, which you can find in our Twitch bio or by typing !LPAV in chat.
Awesome. So that was one tiny puzzle skip that is only worth doing if you get the super launch on the first try, which I did. So I didn't make a fool of myself, which is always good. But all that saves you from doing is climbing up the stairs on one platform and then using a tripwire to hit a torch. So this is, if I had to guess, it's maybe 2 seconds faster. Like, it's almost not even worth going for, but had to get a little swaggy. And it paid off.
If you're not being swaggy in your runs, is it really a run?
No. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, it isn't. Fun fact, so that little buggy ball puzzle, that's going to be a kind of a mainstay thing on this island. There's a lot of buggy ball puzzles. A lot of them, almost all of them, in fact, can be skipped by just super launching yourself over the puzzle itself. But it's not actually beneficial a lot of the time because, as you're going to see, there are a couple quests that involve a few of these members here to move around the island, and they can't move around the island unless the puzzles are solved. We can because we're glitch masters here, but we still have to do them so that they can move. So it doesn't save a lot of time. All right, so this is the Isle of Bigsnax. This is a Bunger Royale, a nice big boy here that we're gonna catch real quick. Boom.
It looks so good. It looks so delicious.
Oh, it's gonna look even more delicious when we put it on Chandler's nose here in a second. Don't you just want to eat that nose?
No, I feel too bad. It doesn't look delicious anymore.
Puts I've got your nose in a whole new perspective for sure. So yeah, that is going to be the main gimmick of catching these Bigsnax. You saw there was a little canister that's actually called Shrinking Spice. So we're a lot of the puzzles here will be involving us getting Shrinking Spice, and then hitting a Bigsnax with it, and then being able to catch it. That is going to be the main mechanic for us here. We're going they all have quests for us here at once, and we're just going to be trying to nail as many of these as possible. Now we have a quick little optimization here that, if I'm able to pull off, will be really cool, but it's really difficult. So what we need to do, we actually have 2 quests here. Actually, is that gonna stay up? Hopefully, we have 2 quests here for Floofty that involve the Shrinking Spice. So instead of running down and grabbing them individually, I'm going to try to grab them both at once. Stay up. No! All right, never mind. I wasn't talking about anything. Don't worry about it.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah. So ideally what it is I grab 2 canisters. I then put one in the trough there, and then I put the other one... we actually have to just hit Floofty in the face with it for some reason. That's what they want. They're an experimental scientist. The idea being I'll launch one up, grab one, and walk up the second one, and then I just have them both very easily and saving me a little trip. But for some reason, it's really hard to get a good get a good launch angle there. I can't really explain why, but it is. I don't know. So we're going to set up a couple things here in advance. I'm going to put a trap there. I'm going to throw the buggy ball down there and wheel it through that hole. And we're going to see our good friend the Ched Orb here in a second. You'll see why
it's
I
like
put
cheddar, but oh, I get it.
Yeah, Ched Orb. It's like a cheese ball.
I just got that.
Welcome to the club. All right, so yeah, very purposeful. We let the Ched Orb destroy that door and then shrink it, and then we put that trap there on purpose so that we can then catch it. There we go. Perfect. That's what we want to see. Now, oh, actually, we got to grab another can of the Shrink Spice, and we're going to run up here. Luckily, they give us a 30-second timer here, which is actually pretty generous for solving a lot of these puzzles. I'm going to just throw it down here. I technically don't have to light this secondary torch, but it is safer to do so, so I'm going to do it. But if I am very quick, I can actually just utilize the one that I from up top and then run down. But there we go. Got myself a Millie Mochi. They're adorable, by the way. Love a good Millie Mochi. And then we got to do this other buggy ball puzzle. But before we do that, I'm actually going to try to... There we go. Oh, nope. Let's see if I can get it. There's a chocolate in here. No, I'm not going to be able to get it. I'm just going to do the puzzle. That's fine. Ooh, just got on there. Oh, wait. Never mind. I didn't just get on anywhere. All right, well, now I can actually try and catch the chocolate probably. There we go. You're not supposed to be able to catch it through the wall like that. Chocolate is... deceptively is actually also a big snack, but when it's in these buggy ball mazes, which as you got a perfect demonstration as to why they're in these little mazes, is so that it's another extra little challenge. If they catch your ball, they'll grab it and they'll throw it back at you. But if you jam your trap in there just right, you can actually catch them through the wall, which is what I did there. And that saves us a little bit of time because then we won't have to find a giant one and then shrink it down and then catch it. So a little bit of an optimization there.
It's really similar to like the beginning of the game, where he tried to stand just like on the trap to like clip it through the floor.
Yep.
It's kind of the same principle.
Oh boy, rough. So if I actually wait,
Pie's so mad.
Actually, oh boy, whoa.
Whoa.
All right, well, interesting. We could do a couple things here actually. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. No, we're not. Jeez. So you can, if you're actually really quick, you can grab like three tags or so right away. Yeah, I got a little bit trolled there. Not a big deal. I have to crack that egg anyway. So normally I would have just cracked it later, but I'll just crack it there now, just to give myself a little bit of time. And I actually don't want, oh my gosh. The gimmick here, as you can see, is we need to get 4 tabs. Oh my gosh. 4 tabs off of the pilot bite, which will remove its little pie shell. But I don't want to take its pie shell off just yet because it eventually will respawn if I do that. There we go. There's some good super launches. This is another little puzzle skip. You're meant to lure a Klobsteroni over here. Klobsteronis love trampolines, which you can see on the ground right there. But instead of that, we're just going to super launch and save us a bunch of time. All right, there we go. Got ourselves a Selly Sticks. All funny words, I know. Makes no sense. I think I heard someone say this game is something, and it is something.
This game is definitely the most.
Definitely the most. Where is your last tab there, pal? There you go. Can I get that from up there? Yeah, nice. Here we go. Now we're going to get the Pilobite. We're going to try at least. There we go. So we got the Pilobite. You can see we're a little full on inventory here. But that is because for whatever, that quest where Floofty tries to cut their own head off, again, this is a very nice game. A quest where Floofty tries to cut their own head off. For some reason, it gives you a Strabby in your inventory that you just have to hold on to or donate or whatever. So I'll be throwing that out. But I'm going to be catching one more Bugsnax here, which is the Klobsteroni. Get it? Because it's a lobster and then it's pasta. There we go. and we're going to throw away the Strabby because we don't need that. And then that's all. Actually, there's one more aisle of Bugsnax that we'll need to catch in a little bit, but we're not going to catch it now. We need to get 3 eggs cracked. I'm going to be doing it just like this. The Spagheiter, which is what that is, a spaghetti spider. Can't figure that out. Yeah, they're all fun names. Spaghetti spider, we're going to be guarding those eggs pretty severely. But if we're really quick with our snack grappler, then we can get it away from the Spagheiter with relative ease. I think the game would rather you actually, catch the Spagheiter is probably the goal. Am I going to make this? No, I'm not. Interesting. But yeah, we're not doing things as intended around these parts. So we're going to throw. We do have to open this legitimately. Excuse me? There we go. Open this legitimately, so we're going to be using the torches here. That will be for a quest later. But now we're going to be doing probably the hardest super launch skip here, and definitely the most annoying. So let's see how it goes. We're going to throw it here. We're going to aim roughly here. Nice super launch, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we're going to be aiming down here. Again, we're supposed to be doing this as a buggy ball puzzle. There we go. I think we're good. Yes. All right, we're good. So instead of doing the buggy ball puzzle, that's a really hard skip, actually. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Yeah, that's a pretty decently hard skip, but instead... Oh, I hit that platform for some reason. Instead of doing the buggy ball puzzle, which is very slow, we super launch ourselves to the top of the puzzle, and then we look down so that we can grapple the egg. Bunga Royale is getting in my business, as it turns out. And then, but that's all right. We're fine here.
All that optimization.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we call that for sure. That's definitely what that was. All right, we're gonna grab the egg and we're gonna crack it over here. Perfect. And we're gonna wait for the autosave in the top right corner. Reload the save. That takes us back up to the camp. And now we're gonna turn in a bunch of quests all at once here. So first we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna do Floofties first.
Use the shrink
Ooh,
spice.
yeah, I know what to do. All right. Floofty wants a Ched Orb and a Millie Mochi. So
I
Floofty's
love just getting
decked
stick
out.
bugged whenever you open like the feeding menu.
Yeah. The Celesticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so lanky. All right, so we got to return to Floofty later. No worries. We're gonna feed the Klobsteroni to our good friend Chandlo. And quick question: did you all know that ball is life? Because it's about to be. Time to play some basketball. Shout out to Shaq right behind me, by the way. So yeah, just a little mini game here. This is actually it's meant to be actually a de-stressor for Chandlo, which I can't imagine how it is because I absolutely just crushed Chandlo in basketball. But as long as Chandlo's feeling good, I'm feeling good. And I think
he's happy that you won more than he said about losing.
Yeah, which is like what a good friend. Big shout outs to Chandlo there. But yeah, ball is life. We just have to score 5 shots. It can actually be a little bit weird on console. Just the aiming is a little strange, but it's fine. We got through it. All right. So now we're gonna have a lot of dialogue here. Basically, Chandler just needs a lot of life advice. So if we have any donations, plugs, incentives, anything, we got a good like 45 seconds or so.
Well, we do have a $5 anonymous donation, no comment, but that one went to naming the human, coming up in the Undertale True Pacifist Glitchless ending, coming up here in a couple runs. There is an open incentive as well where we can choose to hug Toriel at the end of the run. But do we hug her or do we go fast? I suppose that's up to all of you.
A great question. Great question. I'm very excited personally for that Undertale run. By the way, I will actually be on the host mic for that. So definitely looking forward to that. And that is going to be such a hype race between 2 really good runners of that game. So I am very excited. We still got a little bit more time. If you got anything else.
All right, we do have another couple open incentives for the Final Fantasy Free Enterprise race coming up, the randomizer race coming up here in a few hours. Do have bid wars open to select brand new customs aroma sprites and harp songs for the run. So feel free to try and influence that one way or the other. The harp song, you can choose between inside and outside. And for the Aroma Sprite, we have Tough versus Cute, and a $10 donation by Moonblaze Wolf, one of the runners in that race. I love Bigsnax.
Who doesn't love Bigsnax? I love Bigsnax, and I cannot lie.
And that donation is going toward the Tough Sprite. So if you'd like to see Cute over Tough, got a little work cut out for you at the moment.
Come with me
But
to the
still plenty of time.
There's something else I want
Excellent.
to
Yes,
see.
plenty of time indeed. All right, so we're going through kind of a round 2 of various quests that we need to complete here. As you can see, I was able to do another super launch there to complete that quest a little bit faster with Shelda. Just had to wait for her to get her movement on. We're actually going to set up something here. We need to catch this Takata Masala here. But I don't have any shrink spice yet, but I'm going to set up the trap there. I'm going to grab the shrink spice here real quick. And then I am going to set up the spice on the trap. And then for a little extra personal insurance, because it can be a little bit hairy, I'm actually going to use my sauce slinger on, let's say, this column here. So that Takata Masala, oh, actually, did I block myself? No, we're good. No, we're not good. We're not good. It's not good. But maybe I can actually just, interesting. Okay. Can I just grab it? Oh, all right. That's not how I meant to do it, but all right. We take those. Great.
Yeah, it's just a backup. It's just an alternate strat.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's for the showcase.
Definitely intended, for sure. This is, as you can see, this is the reason why we needed to crack the eggs here.
Oh.
Crack the eggs. We'll be doing that. She's gonna run back to town, and we're actually going to finish up here on another quest line with Triffany. As you can see, this is exactly why I needed to do this puzzle. I did a lot of super lunches to get above it, so you could tell that I didn't really need to do it for my own personal sake, for my own sake, but I needed to do it for Triffany's sake. So here we are, taking a few pictures here. So archaeologist Triffany can get all the information she needs to get to the temple. And I could launch myself up again, but I have to wait for Triffany as well. So there's not a lot of benefit for me to waste time trying to launch myself up if I fail. So yeah, we're just going to take a casual jaunt over to the temple here. One thing that I had discovered today, by the way, Ness, and I don't know if you knew this, but I don't know if this was in the patch to begin with, but there are now these platforms right here that launch you to the other side of like to the campsite, and I did not know those that existed. That actually saves me a good chunk of time. I
didn't know
the
that.
end of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were not in there at launch. Either that, or I'm just like, not the smartest, which could be. That could always be the case. But yeah, before I was like walking and doing super launches to get up here as fast as I could, but that saves us a lot of time. We have another massive buggy ball puzzle, again, one that could be skipped, but it doesn't benefit us to skip it because Triffany's got to get through anyway. You're going to see just how massive this puzzle is. It's 4 walls long, so it's pretty long. It's not overly complex, but it can get a little weird. As you can see, sometimes the buggy ball just like trips itself up and stops moving at its normal pace and starts slowing down for no reason, which is annoying because, as you can see, since a lot of these are rotation based, like a lot of things are rotating, there are cycles that are more optimal than not. So it would be good to hit the most optimal cycles, but sometimes it gets a little bit hard, and it's not really our fault. Take a little pause there before that wheel because we won't make it anyway. The hope is that we make it onto this platform, but oh no, we're good. Okay. Buggy ball was taking its time. And then, unfortunately, we just get stuck behind this chocolate lamp. The chocolate lamp will only attack you if it sees you from the front. So we're just going to keep running into its butt over and over again. There we go. And then run into its butt a little bit more. There we go. And then down. Now, this one is definitely the trickiest part. If you were playing this casually, it might have given you a little bit of frustration. You have to go on very specific spokes of this wheel, or else you won't make the next platform. So yeah, you kind of have to wait it out a little bit, and then you have to set yourself up for success. We want to go now. There we go. And perfect. That's how you know. Up the elevator. Now, the game teases you a little bit in this section of the maze here because it makes it look like if you're fast enough, you have enough time to get here. You don't. You're going to miss it every time. But you could trick it by going up the spoke here and then across, and it would be the same as if you had caught the elevator the first time to begin with. So, little optimization there.
Anywho,
It's such a funny little strat.
Yeah. Funny little strabby.
you
Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go.
judge well. Oh, you
All right. So you can see you need to wait a day for Triffany to finish anyway. So it's fine. We're going to reload. Go back to the camp. And then give ourselves a little sleepy time action, as well as we need to turn in the Tikata Masala for Shelda here.
made for it. Yeah, but no.
And we have a little, one more little dialogue sequence.
The pack. How you are. If I
Yeah, and just like as a fair warning, we're not too far from the end at this point.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Now, it ends on a boss fight, the run. And the boss fight for that run is particularly notorious for messing things up. Okay, so why it's not here? I don't get it. Last time I did this run, it was there, but it's not there anymore. So I don't, maybe it's just there at the end. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Get up there. So I will super launch myself like I normally do. But the last practice run I did, that platform was there, and I could just launch myself across, and it saved me a lot of time. But it is not there anymore, so I don't know. There we go. Nice super launch, though. It's still there on that side. See, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe you have to activate it the first time. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Little bit on the fly routing.
Yeah, I have no clue. I didn't even know that existed to begin with.
you just
Yeah. I don't. Like I said, I discovered it for the first time yesterday, so that was interesting. Actually, you know what? Let's try it live. What do you say? A little live test. Yeah. Let's figure it out. Let's see what happens, because it could save us some time on the back end if it works the way it could. So as you can see, yoink takes us right over here. Somehow.
Oh,
turned
and then it
things over
activated.
here. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the floofty talks to Chandler part. That's fine though. That doesn't really waste any time. We had to do it anyway.
are we
Not. He was.
snort?
What happened?
Oh, however, we will brought on to spot.
Well, yep.
Am I the
Little
it's not
dialogue
easy
sequence
to
here.
get- Enough.
And then we're going to have one more dialogue sequence. I think this would probably be the last time for the run. So if we want to get any more donations or plugs or anything, now is a good time for that.
Well, we are here at Midwest Speed Fest 2022, but looking to the future, our next on-site event will take place at VGM Con Oops All Zeldas in Minneapolis, Minnesota, April 14th through the 16th, 2023.
Sorry.
We're excited to be working with VGM Con once again, and we hope you'll join us in April. Visit VGM Con to learn more, and keep an eye on our Discord server and our Twitter account for more details as the event approaches.
Don't re-
Excellent. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the end sequence. We're about to fight our last boss of the run. Now, this boss is super frustrating. There is so much RNG that goes into this boss, and it's so the boss is named Cheddabortal Rex. It's basically a charcuterie board. So and how we end up defeating the charcuterie board is it has a glass case. So we have to crack that glass case with a series of hits, and there'll be these Ched orbs that are flying around, and the Cheddabortal will pick it up, and we'll try to position ourselves in front of launchers so that we can then launch the Ched orb at the Cheddabortal Rex in hopes to crack the glass. Now, there's a lot of RNG that occurs there, mainly because there are 3 Ched orbs. They're giant, and they can get in the way of your shots all the time. So there's a lot of time fluctuation that tends to be in this last split.
You may now turn around.
Hopefully things go well and we won't have to worry about it, but also big buggy ball. It is huge. I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw
it's
it to
pretty
the
big.
Problem set.
It, in fact, is a big buggy ball.
Yeah. All right, we end this little section here with some quick photos. Great. So we get those, and then we can actually skip a dialogue sequence here if we're quick enough, so hopefully we can. We're going to throw that there, position ourselves behind. Cool, we did it. Basically, we have to just launch the ball fast enough before we enter a cutscene, and we'll skip dialogue. And here's Cheddar Bortle Rex. Let's see if I can knock out these boulders first. Nah, I got one of two, but that's fine. He throws our big buggy ball out of the arena. Of course he does. And so here, this boss has several phases. Here's the first phase, which are just generic launchers. And, oh, cool. That still worked. I was going to say, you're about to see the trolling in first action because one of those Cheddar orbs was going to get in the way, but it still hit it in a way that it landed into the trap, which is good. Into the launcher,
Yeah,
rather.
the Cheddar orbs always get in the way. It's so annoying.
Yep, super duper annoying. I think we should be okay for this one, too. Nope. Oh, wait, cool. Again, still counted. I was like, when I launched it, that Cheddar orb was about to ruin my life, but we're good now. We're actually
Yeah, I thought it was game over.
Phase 2 has the traps covered in rocks, so we have to shrink the Cheddar orbs first so that they're small enough to break the trap, and then we can use them. So I actually broke one over there already, which is good. And then this is the second one that I'm standing right behind that I broke. Also, you can see I'm being hit with rocks, but that doesn't matter. We don't have health in this game, so it doesn't really affect anything. All right, launch. Cool, that hit.
My favorite psychological horror masterpiece.
Yes. All right, and then we're going to go here. No one get in the way, please. I think we're in good shape. I'm watching you on the right. I'm watching you. Good shape. Okay, so that is phase 2 done. This boss has like 4 phases, 5 if you count the quick little last one, but it's not really a boss fight phase. This one is by far the most frustrating, and you actually benefit for being patient a little bit with this one. So he's going to throw the Cheddar orb. It's going to get launched in here, but I don't want to launch it right away because he tends to throw rocks immediately after that, like he's doing right now. And if he hits my Cheddar orb with a rock, it throws it off its trajectory, and then it doesn't count anyway. I am... Okay, phew. I thought I was soft locked for a second. All right, so that's one of the phases, and we got to run over to the other side.
I didn't realize everyone was dead for this fight.
Yeah, they're all just... Well, I think it's more that like they're cowering in fear. At least that's how I'm presuming it. Or they're knocked out. I can't really tell. I like to think cowering in fear because I don't want them to be knocked out. I like them. So I'm going to wait for the rocks again. If it's optimal and like you get on a good cycle where like say the Cheddar Bortle was about to turn around or something, you can actually launch it right away and then hit it. And if you get lucky, so that would save you some time. That's probably what I would do in a PB attempt. But in a marathon setting, I'm not going to bother with that because it will probably almost assuredly go wrong. So we don't need to be wasting time like that. So that was the end of phase 3. Phase 4 comes here, and it involves our buggy ball. We're going to stand right in front of the launcher. You're going to throw it, and then we're going to have another little puzzle here. For some reason, there's like weird gravity there that you can float up the pillar without having to walk up the pillar. I don't really know why. I'm about to get hit, so I'm just going to wait. There we go, and then back down. Let's see can I catch this? No. All right, and then here, get, okay, thank you. So this is the end of the phase 4. Wabam. Now the shell is finally broken. We can hit it with some shrinking spice. But it is not over just with the shrinking spice. We also have to catch it somehow. Which way are you going? Can I just catch you? Oh, interesting. Usually I have to stun it somehow, but maybe it got stunned by the buggy ball. I don't really know what happened there. All right.
I have no idea what happened. I was kind of confused though.
Interesting. All right, we feed the Cheddar Bortle to channel here, and time is coming up in the next probably like 30-ish seconds or so. So we're getting really close.
You know, okay, one.
Just some dialogue here. All right, we're gonna hop on the ship. By ship, I mean a raft that they haphazardly put together, of course. And then right after this dialogue sequence, it cuts to black, and then that will be time.
Yes. Yeah. If you would consider.
Here we come.
Preemptive GG.
And time.
Woo! Estimate master over here.
Ooh. What did that end up being, by the way? Just under estimate. Ooh, yeah, I got awful trolled there in Scorch Gorge, but at least I finished under, and I don't feel so bad. But yes, thank you Midwest crew. This is not going to be the only run I do, so I won't be too much with my shout-outs here, but I did want to shout out my excellent commentator, Ness_. Thank you so much for being here from across the country in a way.
No problem. I love Bugsnax anyways, so I would want to be here anyways.
Yes. Yep. You are my de facto Bugsnax commentator, so I'm always happy to have you. If you're interested in running any category of Bugsnax, any percent, which is like 15 minutes, by the way, so you're looking for a nice short run, no major skips, 100%. This category, all bosses, whatever the case, head on over to speedrun.com/Bugsnax. We also have a subreddit, r/Bugsnax speedrunning. Come in the Discord server. We're super friendly. We are always willing to help out new runners, regardless of the console that you might play it on or PC. And yeah, just come on by. And yeah, my name is Konception. I have 2 more runs in this event, plus hosting, so you will see me plenty. But for now, I'll see you around.